Welcome back to Input Fishing. So today I'm out on Delacroix Highway with my good friend James. He's got a YouTube channel too. You should check it out. He does a lot of fishing just like me. The link is down in the description. Go over there and give him some views. He's got some nice videos about fishing and some other things. He likes to garden and stuff. So I'm out here on Delacroix Highway after almost 4 days. This would have been the fourth day that had been ruined by weather. We've had a lot of bad weather. Haven't been able to do anything. I was out yesterday and that pretty much went to poop. That went down the drain fast. Nothing worked out for me yesterday. The weather was just too bad. So I'm out here in a better place, out away from New Orleans. I'm gonna do some fishing for cats and crabs. So yesterday I was trying to crab out there at Spanish Fort and I had no luck at all. Lots of people that were out there crabbing didn't catch anything. It was just really bad conditions. So these baits are already made up from yesterday. They're drumsticks. As you can see, this one got picked at by little crabs, but most of my baits are unharassed in here. Let me get this unfurled and I want to show you something. If you haven't figured it out by now, I'm hand lining for crabs tonight. These baits are tied up a little different. Now, I'm just going to tell you how I'm doing it. So I make a hole through the flesh of this drumstick next to the bone, and then I put my line through that hole and tie around the bone. That way it's less likely to lose this bait from whatever situation. I mean, sometimes gar will pick these up, or you think you have it tied good, but then you don't, and it loosens up after, you know, being out in the water, something messing with it, and then you all of a sudden lose your bait. Less likely to lose it if you do it that way. Remember, make a hole through the flesh next to the bone, feed that line through that hole, and tie around the bone. I'm gonna put this line out. Sounds like a coyote. So I didn't put it out too far, about maybe 8 feet. Some kind of wild dog. I'm gonna make a surgeon's loop in this line. I've got these lines tied at a pretty good length for where I was working yesterday, and I have a stake in the ground right here. I'm already getting a bite here. So the way that I know that I'm getting some action from crabs is I have these lines kind of slack, and when they start doing this, like something's jerking on it, it's either a gar, little fish, or a crab. So we're gonna slowly pull this. If I pull it too fast, I could spook this crab. I can feel him with me. Get this net down in the water. If he's not super big, we're not gonna bother netting him. Ooh, something's with me. I netted him anyway just because I couldn't see what size he was. That is a small one. That's probably a gumbo size crab. Check him out. Not very big. Let's see if we can get bigger ones. Here's half of the mullet that I just cut off. We're gonna make this a little smaller. Something about like that. There are big fish here. People down the way just caught a little gar and a couple little channel cat, but as you get into sunset, if you're brave enough to deal with the horse flies and the flighting flies and, you know, the whatnots, you can bang into some big gar here, some big blue cats. We're gonna bang into something. Because I got high hopes of banging into something big, we're gonna use an .8. Honestly, it's the biggest hook I have out here with me. It's an .8 octopus style circle hook. It's snailed up. Got this from a good buddy up in the Dakotas that sent some to me. Now we're just gonna come right through the top of this big bait. Bada-doomp. I'm making funny noises. There we go. Let's get that thumbnail. Big bait. Big bait thumbnail. Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna use that. Right out in front of us is a cut that leads to Lake Leary. Really pretty over there, huh? So we're gonna put this big bait right out into that cut. You can see a little line right here in the water.
That's where the current is coming up out of there and going that way, or it's turning around doing stuff. It's doing stuff. We're gonna put this bait out here and see if it will do stuff. That is awesome. That's exactly where I wanted to put that. Sometimes I don't have the world's best luck getting a bank stick in the bank at this spot, but today I had some luck. So there we go. We want to make sure our line is tight, and then we have a little bit of adjusting to do with this drag. Just a little bit. I don't want it super tight. I don't want it super loose. You can tell I've been doing stuff all day, right? And it's not drinking. I've been drinking coffee all day. I've been helping a friend doing some heavy work with him. Speaking of coffee, where'd you go? Oh my goodness, there's biting flies all over my coffee. This is a worm line that I just put out. Something's really hitting it good. Oh, this is the trouble with trying to shoot a video out here right now when you put on your brightest mode of your headlamp. You see all these things flying around. Oh my. Look what that fish did to my worm. Now let's look at this fish right here. We're gonna look at it as long as we can stand it. Every time I run this light, if I haven't said bugs, it turns into Bug City out here. That is a nice little, oh, fuck. Yes. Let's turn this into Bug City. Got something good on the night crawler. And we got an alligator coming in too. I got a nice fish with shoulders, man. Watch it be a small fish with a lot of vegetation on him. This canal has got a lot of vegetation flowing through it. Oh. Oh. That is a nice blue cat on the night crawler. I have a net over here. There's a little bit of salad on him. That's a nice fish, man. It's a nice eater size. I mean, it's not a trophy. You're not going to win a tournament with this guy right here unless it's an eater size tournament. Thank you. Oh man, I've wrapped you up. Here we go. Let's get him out. Oh. What a little monkey dog. He's got it way down in there. Oh, that's not too bad. We can deal with that. Wow, nice fish for the night crawler. You can kind of see ribs here a little bit. Not super fat. I tell you what, I know you're thinking that I'm going to put this on a stringer. Well, now you're not, because I'm not going to put this fish on a stringer. I have quite a bit in the freezer already, and I honestly don't want to cut fish tonight. Just wanted to catch them, see what I could do. I would take crabs home, but this has been a disappointing spot for crabbing this evening. Just gumbo crabs, and that's not what I wanted. So it's your lucky night, buddy. Thanks for giving me a thrill. It made my week. Finally, first serious fish on the cut bait. It's starting to rain too. We're under like 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I don't know. We're under a high percentage of rain. Oh, this fish has got some nice shoulders. What do I have here? Oh, whoa, look at that. Can you people see that? We can't tell yet. He's wrapped up in a lot of vegetation. You want to... What is that? He looks like a big blue cat. Pretty blue. Yeah. Well, you would get the landing net for us? That's probably about around 20 pounds. We don't have a scale, so we're guessing.
I got a scale on the truck. I'm not so short-footed on this.
Whoa, what did that? Another fish broke the water right over here. Let me get him into you. Well, it was raining. It was spitting some rain right as we were playing this fish in. It looks like it may have stopped. Maybe, you know, because I don't like leaving when stuff like this happens. We got a nice cat on a night crawler, and now a decent cat. Well, maybe he's not 20 pounds, but a decent cat on the cut bait finally. All afternoon, the cut bait's been just getting moved around by gar.
Go grab the scale.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so we zeroed out the net and got the fish in there. Let's see what it is. Oh, dude, I was way off. 12 point, no, he's 13.
Yeah.
13 pounds. So the net has been zeroed out on this. The fish is 13 pounds. I like using it, fishing without the scale, because you can go bigger with your guesses. We made a decision here. He wants to keep the fish, so I'm gonna let him keep the fish. 13-pound blue cat. Felt bigger to me, but that's a nice fish. Finally got a fish on the cut bait. Oh yeah, this is the second fish for the night crawler. This storm is really starting to rip through here, and we're being stubborn, hanging out for a little longer. I hope you can still hear me. What do we got here? Oh, it's another blue cap for the night crawler. It's like a hurricane striking up out here. Well, it's not quite that bad. All right, I'm gonna get this one off and let him go. We did not leave. And this is the reason, even though this storm is really starting. Oh, yes! Yes! It's a fish, that's what I think it is. Well, grab that landing net. He was kicking up some water and he's running. It's about the same size as the last one we got on cut bait. This is the only rod out right now. We're under about 20-mile-per-hour wind or something. You got your footing? Let me get him over to you. Yes. Oh, that is a strong fish. He's probably about 10-12 pounds. We ain't gonna bother weighing this one. Take too much time. He's somewhere around there. He's probably smaller. He's definitely smaller than that one that we got in the cooler now. Yeah, you're right. He is somewhere around 10 pounds or so. I've fished in this spot quite a few times over the years, and I can't remember the last time I did this good here. I've caught bigger cats at this spot before, but I don't think I've ever caught this many in one session. This has been mostly gar and a couple of cats kind of spot. It's pretty good tonight, besides this storm coming through. Well, I don't know. This might be the last fish, unless the next shot is my face looking at you. But that is definitely well sticking around for decent fish. We'll let you go. You go get bigger now. So that's totally the last fish. The weather is coming in pretty good here pretty soon. We're gonna be in a higher percentage. I gotta get up and do some work tomorrow anyway. I really want to stay, but I can't. Oh man, I'm gonna come back for sure. Definitely gonna come back and just keep my constitution strong for that first hour and a half, because it is bug city out here right after the sun goes down, man. The biting flies, the mosquitoes. But tonight, they subsided after about an hour and a half, and then the fish just started hitting. At first it was just a bunch of gar, and then the cats. I'm in a good mood because I've just been stuck at home because of bad weather for over 3 days now.
And yesterday I was out in that bad weather trying to crab, and that just was horrible at by St. John's Spanish Fort. Crabbing out here, disappointing for sure. Just a bunch of gumbo crabs, but hey, if that's your bag, come on out here and get yourself some gumbo crabs and maybe catch a blue cat or two. All right, like, share, comment, subscribe, this, blah, blah, blah. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out James's channel. Link is down in the description. He's a good fisherman too, and I will see you next time.